Do you feel like your closet is disorganized and cluttered? Then you have clicked on the right video. Today, I'm going to be sharing life-changing secrets to an organized closet. And if anyone should know, it is me. I had the worst closet. It was a disaster. It was disorganized. It was full of crap. And I took on this massive decluttering project. Now I love my closet so much. I can easily get dressed in the morning. I don't feel cluttered in here. In fact, it has opened up so much space. I can even film YouTube videos in here, which is pretty awesome because it's not a huge closet. I'm going to share my tips and tricks. I am going to have everything that I mentioned linked down below because there are some products and things that I think that could really help and go a long way in keeping your closet organized, uncluttered, and something that you love. Okay, so let me just give you the first secret, and it is the key to any organization project that you are doing. You must start with decluttering. There is no way around it. I know it's a pain, but if you cannot declutter and start with like a fresh palette, your whole project is going to fail. Think of it as you're freeing up some space, and this is the pre-work that we need to do. Now, if you want to do this quick and you're looking to free up lots of space, what I did is I looked for anything large that I could get out right away. For me, I used to store my suitcases and luggage in here, and they were taking up a ton of space, like really like 20% of my closet probably went to luggage. If you've got luggage or anything big, so I used to even store a vacuum cleaner in here. A lot of people do that. That also takes up a lot of space. So just get that stuff out and see if you can store it elsewhere, or if you don't use it anymore, see if you can donate it or get rid of it. Of course, since we're in the closet, I am sure a lot of the space is being taken up by clothing. So make sure if you have anything that you haven't worn in like a year, just get rid of it. Even if you think you may wear it one day, you probably won't if you haven't worn it yet. Another trick you may have heard, if you can't decide if you want to get rid of something, then every time you wear it, just put it back on the hanger, turn the hanger backwards, and then at the end of a year, you can go and see which hangers are backwards, and that's how you know what you're actually wearing and what you can get rid of. I will link my closet cleaning out video, by the way, to give you some inspiration if you need it. Another thing is, if you've got a small closet, luckily for us, we have a walk-in closet, but most of our rooms have tiny little closets. So what you can do is think about storing seasonal items elsewhere. I used to store my seasonal items in like a big see-through bag, and I would kind of rotate through the years. And then that way it frees up space in the closet, because when you go in your closet, you want to see everything quickly and know exactly what you're going to wear. Seasonal items, think anything like sweaters, coats, boots, those are all big items that you could just store when you're not wearing them when it's warm. And I mentioned luggage earlier. You could even use your luggage and like store your coats in it or your boots in it. Try to be creative, because most of the time you're not using your luggage. I mean, how often are we traveling, right? So try to think of what you can put in that luggage when you're not using it. But don't forget you've done this, because I did that once. I've stored my summer clothes under my bed and I forgot about it. I could not remember where my clothes were. Ended up buying some new stuff. I mean, it was ridiculous. Okay, I need to talk about hangers. I have talked about these before, but you must get these velvet hangers. These are truly life-changing, and let me tell you why. Not only are they non-slip, they also look really nice. They will make your whole closet look cohesive, and they are super thin. So if you're like me and you have a ton of clothes, you can put so much more into the same amount of space. You can fit a ton of clothing. I changed these hangers out, and my closet immediately looked 10 times better. It just looked more professional and neat. When you've got those like wire hangers or those plastic hangers and they're all kind of like mismatched, it just doesn't look cohesive or good in your closet. So I really recommend getting these. The price has come way down. They used to be really expensive. Now you can get them for a lot cheaper. So I definitely recommend just figure out a color that you like and then use them. I also have a special hanger for work pants. I like to hang my work pants up so that they don't get wrinkly. I mean, I definitely don't have time for ironing, so that's a good trick. Another secret of organized closets is to take advantage of the hanging space as well as the shelves for folded items. You don't need to keep your folded items in a drawer. You can fold them and put them on a shelf in your closet. I actually store a lot of our jeans, t-shirts, all of the things that would have ordinarily go into a drawer. I put them in my closet so that I can see them all, and I just store them folded vertically. And if you have open shelving or wire shelving like I do, I recommend either getting bins. Make sure you get some clear bins so that you can see what you've got, or you can get those little shelf dividers. They have those on Amazon. I can link some. They don't work if you've got wire shelves, but if you've got normal shelves that are not wire, they work really well to keep your things just organized so that they're not in like these sloppy piles. You've got nice organized piles. And I will also link some of the bins I have. I love keeping my stuff in bins. It just looks visually nicer and keeps everything neat and together. Like I've seen some people hang their jeans. I don't find it necessary. I like to just put them in a pile and keep them that way. It's not like your jeans are really going to get wrinkly. If you are worried about wrinkles though, you can hang things up. I actually hang a lot of my t-shirts up, especially ones that I maybe wear in like a more formal setting. Like obviously the t-shirts that I'm working out in, I just kind of put those in a pile, but then the t-shirts that I might wear if I'm at home and working from home, I would keep those hung up. And thinking about hanging space, for example, if you have long coats or long dresses, put those on the higher bars where you've got a lot of space for those to hang. For us, we've got two bars that are kind of one hanging above the other. My husband has the top bar and then I have the bottom bar. He's 6'2", so he's a bit taller than I am, of course. So he's got the taller bar and then I have the one beneath it. Another life-changing tip, and I started doing this probably like 20 years ago, and it really truly made a difference, is to organize your closet by color. Of course, I have shared this tip before. I feel so strongly about it, but to me, if I've got my clothing organized by color, I can very quickly and easily find a shirt that I'm looking for. If I know I have a blue shirt, I go to the blue section of my closet. And if you don't want to put your clothes and organize them by color all at once, because it does take some time to move things around, just start doing it every time you wear an item, and maybe after a couple of months or even after a month, everything will be organized by color. This also helps, I find, when getting ready in the morning, because you can kind of put your outfits together. At least for me, I can visually see the colors that I've got and decide what color I feel like wearing that day. Another tip is to take advantage of wall space. A lot of people don't think about how they can use the walls in their closet, and this is the perfect place to organize small items that you still want to see. I've even before hung a hanger on my wall, and then I've put my necklaces on it so that I could see those at one glance, and then that just kind of takes advantage of wall space that I ordinarily wouldn't really do anything with. You could hang your scarves on the wall, you could hang your belts on the wall. Just think about those smaller items that you have in your closet and then where you can hang them on the wall and take advantage of that wall space. If you like to store your shoes in your closet, which I know people are a little bit divided on. Some people like to store their shoes downstairs, right at the front of the house, or right where they kind of come into the house. Others like to store them in their closet. Some people don't like to do that because they don't want to bring kind of the outdoor dirt and stuff into their closet. But if you do store them in your closet, my recommendation is to just get those shoes up off the floor. We used to store our shoes in our closet in just this big pile at the bottom of the floor, and then it would just be this stack of shoes. It was like really unsightly. We don't do that anymore. Now I actually store my shoes at our entryway, and then other shoes that I'm not wearing that's kind of cluttering up the entryway, I store them in our closet and I have them up high in bins. Now, if you don't want to store them up high, just think about getting like a shoe rack or something that you can just put your shoes on. Even though it's a small thing, it will look 100 times neater than the pile of shoes on the floor, trust me. My next tip is to add a basket into your closet for future decluttering. Even if you don't have a lot of space, just add like a tiny basket. It is so much easier when you're in your closet and you're picking what to wear and you see a shirt and you're like, gosh, I haven't worn this in a couple of years, I don't need it anymore. But then often you'll just stick it back into the closet and hang it back up. But if you've got a basket in there for decluttering, you can just stick it right into that basket. And then when that basket gets full, go ahead and take it to the donation center or whatever you're going to do with it. It's just like a quick little shortcut so that you're not having to declutter your whole closet at one time. You can kind of just do a little bit every day as you think about it if you make it easy on yourself. Another thing is your closet lighting. Now, this doesn't quite help with your organization, but I do think it makes your closet look a little bit better, and it also helps to make you enjoy your closet a little bit more, which means you're going to keep it organized. I like to have little puck lights all around my closet. I just find those add a little bit of extra light, and they're so easy. You just peel off the back, stick them up, and they run on a battery. They last forever. It's a lot of closets have these like dark little corners and the light doesn't get in there, so these puck lights really help out a lot. The other thing I like to do in my closet is I like to have cooler light bulbs. So I like to use daylight, or sometimes even a little bit cooler than daylight. I think that daylight, at least, will give you the truest form of your clothing color. So a lot of times this has happened to me in the past. I would have like a warm light in my closet, and then I would be outside or at work, and I would see like I'd be wearing a pair of black pants, and they would like look really faded and not black anymore because I had washed them so much and the color had faded. But in my closet, they looked perfectly dark black and fine. And then I would pair it with like a jacket that was like looked like it was matching, but then when I got to work, I would just look like a mess. Like my pants would be like this faded black, and then I would have this like darker black blazer, and it just was impossible to tell in my closet when I was getting ready in the morning. But if you have the daylight bulbs or the cooler bulbs, you can see what's faded. You can see the true color of things. And then that way that helps you when you're getting ready in the morning, so you know exactly what your clothes look like once you leave the house. Another tip is to add a mirror to your closet. I have also found this to be life-changing to me. If you can't add a mirror in your closet, put one on the back of the door. You can just hang one right there, and then that way, I mean, you're getting your clothes out of your closet. Theoretically, you're getting dressed right there. So why not have a mirror so that you can easily see what you look like? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that these tips helped you to get your closet on track. I know you can do it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any additional closet organization ideas. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.